Hey guys, so it is Dariana here, recording from Quarantine Radios for our critical thinking class. So my topic was the worst fast food chain. And honestly, it took me a minute to come up with what I have come up with because I don't really eat a lot of fast food. But this particular place that I have chosen, I have not had in a very, very long time. But after some very thorough research, I was able to come to the conclusion that the worst fast food chain, in my opinion, is McDonald's. Now, we all know McDonald's is extremely popular. It's well known. It's all over the country. They've been around for a very long time. They even had a big debut way back in the day from a documentary called Super Size Me. If you guys haven't seen it, you should check it out. It'll show you what happens when you eat McDonald's for like 30 days or more. So I would not recommend that. So the biggest question that I am posing to you guys is why? Why do people love fast food? And there are a list of reasons that people can come up with. Among most, fast food is a guilty pleasure. You don't gotta cook. You just drive up to a window and get fast food. Some may indulge in eating fast food every day, and some others may reserve these days or this particular meal for their cheat days. Now, according to WebMD, most people mainly eat fast food because they're quick, hence the name, fast food. They came out to about 92.3% of people that agreed with that statement. They're easy to get. That came out to about 80.1% of people that agreed with that statement. So it's easily accessible. Like, we got our Uber Eats, we got our Grubhubs, we have our Postmates. It's easy to get, whether you have transportation or whether you don't. Especially lately with all these quarantine discounts, so many fast food restaurants and restaurants in general are, doing like free delivery, half off this, half off that. And they're relatively inexpensive. Some people will agree to that. About 63.6 people agreed. But is it really cheaper than buying your own groceries and cooking at home when you're eating out 5 times a day and you have a family of 5? Those are just some things to think about. So I'm going to give you the reasons why McDonald's is easily the worst fast food chain. So number 1, it's pretty simple. McDonald's is not healthy, period. Their food contains a lot of preservatives which lack any nutritional value, and your body needs nutrients. There are certain things that your body requires to fuel off of. And although, if you've seen a lot of McDonald's commercials, they market their utilization of fresher ingredients, not frozen, trying to keep up with competition and things like that. But it has been noted and researched that at least 1/3 of their sandwiches that are located on their menu are still high in preservatives. Now, would you trust eating at a place that manipulates their customers by false branding and marketing? I think not. Number 2, you can make your food, your own food at that, at home, in your PJs, in your SpongeBob house shoes, in your robe, in your bonnet, whatever is your flow, for less. Doesn't that sound amazing? Like saving money, especially during these times. Doesn't that sound great? Making a Big Mac at home sounds pretty complicated, doesn't it? But hear me out. Hear me out. There are so many things offered on their menu you can make in the comfort of your own home with better ingredients at a lower cost better quality for less at home. That sounds perfect. And let's not forget, ever since they got rid of the dollar menu, it's kind of hard to say, hey, I'm stopping at McDonald's because I'm trying to save money or be thrifty. There's no dollar menu. Like, a fry now was like, probably like $2. Like, I don't, the last time I seen stuff on that dollar menu was when I was like, wow, still getting kids' meals. And number 3, now, need I remind you, there are plenty of reasons why McDonald's is not my favorite fast food chain and why it's not a good fast food chain overall, but I'm giving you my top 3 reasons. Number 3, the mistreatment of animals, okay? Now, I'm not about to go in and be like, oh my God, don't wear Uggs because of the animals. Clearly, I'm not about to do that. They're part of the food chain. You know, in order to consume meat, of course, animals are being harmed in the process. But there's always a better way to go about this. For example, the way that they breed their chickens is pretty disturbing. So during the breeding process, they breed these chickens to be almost like 6 times their actual weight. So not natural, not good, not healthy. So they're like this big when the chicken should probably be like this big. That's gross. When they get this big, they also stuff these chickens in the most disgusting living environments. They're in cages that are unclean and unkept. So, that's what you're eating. And a lot of the times, these animals are not fed the proper things. So they're just feeding these animals, these chickens, these cows, these pigs, whatever. You know, sometimes these animals are eating off of other dead animals that did not make it through the process, or eating their feces or things like that. That's what you put in your body. Think about that. It's pretty gross. So it's like, I ask this and I present this question again. Is this still a chain you want to support? Is this still the type of food that you want to put in your body? I'm not saying don't eat fast food. I'm just saying there are better options. You know, I myself, like I said, I don't eat a lot of fast food, but I do indulge from time to time, because, you know, we're all human. I work a lot of hours as a nurse. Sometimes I don't want to come home and cook, so I'll stop, you know, Chick-fil-A, things like that. But I am also a very, very strong advocate for being aware of what you put in your body. And I also work in healthcare, so that kind of goes hand in hand. Like I said earlier, your body needs nourishment. And sometimes the quickest, the easiest, the fastest, and the cheapest doesn't always mean that it's the best for you. So, do all fast food chains have their pros and cons? Yes, that's anything in life. But when the bad starts to outweigh the good, because when I tell you there is a list, a plethora of examples as to why McDonald's is not that good of a good food chain. You know, from the things that I've listed to what they pay their workers to the obesity it causes within children, like there is a list. And it's a lot of bad. So it's like when the bad starts to outweigh the good, it's time to reevaluate these brands that you're supporting. You know what I'm saying? You know, McDonald's on a Friday night after a long shift is not the answer at all. Sometimes it's okay to take a step back and be like, okay, well, let me try something different, because clearly I'm not getting the nourishment that I need. I'm not really saving money like I think I'm saving money. And although they say that it's fresh ingredients, they're pulling things out of the freezer. So that is all that I have for you guys. I hope that everybody is doing well. Great job on making it through the semester, and I am sending nothing but positivity and good vibes your way. Miss you guys. Thanks, Mr. V. See you later.